All right, Miles, let's talk LSU Tigers. Coach Brian Kelly has this program heading into the right direction. No doubt about that. This looks like one of the contenders, not just in the SEC West, but in the entire SEC going forward. And we've got a story about what Kelly and LSU is doing that will make an even bigger threat going forward and why they are, in fact, the program of the future.
That's right, Nick. And before we get into that, though, I want to ask the LSU fans in the comments below, speaking of futures, speaking of signings, we want to know, who do you think will be the most impactful signing, whether it's a recruit, whether it's a transfer? Let us know in the comments below. Who do you think is going to be the most impactful? But Nick, what does LSU have going on?
Yeah, Maya. So it's very well aware of the world we are in college football, where the NIL, name, image, and likeness deals, players can make money with basically brand deals and sponsorships. This is brand new and has a massive impact on recruiting, both getting high school kids and transfer portals. And LSU is on the leading edge of a new way to get it done. So LSU Country over at Fan Nation has this report, and I'm going to read from the story here for a minute, Miles. It says LSU reveals its first public NIL collective, a subscription-based platform with a monthly donating structure. Bayou Traditions, a Baton Rouge-based collective, launched today to empower name, image, and likeness opportunities for LSU student athletes and has been named the official collective of LSU athletics. This first of its kind partnership allows Bayou Traditions to capitalize on LSU's brand and marketing assets to maximize NIL branding education opportunities for student athletes. All right, Mike. So basically what this is LSU essentially partnered with an outside entity, and they created a collective where outside sources, fans, businesses, whatever, could donate and pool money to build up LSU's NIL money so they can bring guys in for recruiting opportunities that are interested in NIL deals. They basically have created, like, an owner in the NFL is rich and has money to sign free agents, or, something like to that effect. They basically found a legal way to do it outside the framework of the school. What do you think of this, Mize? Is this ridiculous and crazy and just bizarre? Or is this the future of college football coming out of LSU?
It is crazy, Nick. It is ridiculous, but it's just so crazy it might work. I think it's a very interesting way to do things. Um, at first, like, you hear all of this, loose stuff, like the thing that happened with the quarterback down in Florida, all of those things falling through. When you have something that's a little bit more official, like this says official collective of LSU athletics and title sponsor for Gold, which I believe is LSU's content and media department. I think having an official college bag thing, it puts more weight behind something. Like, hey, we have NIL money coming from Bayou Traditions, who's the official NIL collective of LSU athletics. This is tied to the school. I think for recruits, it's going to be big to have something, because in this new NIL world, Nick, nothing is certain. There's all kinds of stuff floating around, and schools are on the precipice. They're doing anything and everything right now because there really aren't any rules. And the NCAA is actually trying to enact more rules. So I think when they're trying to crack down on these NIL violations, the best way to go is the safe route and do something like this, where it's something official and you can kind of like control what's happening. So I really like LSU's move here. And I think that being one of the first ones to do something like this is going to pay off dividends for them in the future.
Yeah, it's very interesting how they structured this. So the report goes on to say this. This is very interesting here, is that Bayou Traditions will enable fans to contribute to the NIL efforts of LSU student athletes through a number of offerings, including one-time and monthly contributions. Each level of support will unlock additional benefits. As a title sponsor of LSU Gold, like you mentioned, Bayou Traditions will help educate student athletes on brand building through a platform consumed by an engaged, loyal, and passionate audience. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work, Mize. I don't know if fans can just put money in this organization, basically just shoots it right to the players, or it seems like this weird thing where a fan donates money and then they get some like prize, they get to like get an autograph from a star player or something like that, and then this organization helps that player get a major brand deal or greases the skids or something like that. I don't know how this actually is going to work structurally and legally. It just seems like a little bit of a Wild West move, but I do like the fact that LSU is on the forefront of this NIL business, because we're seeing it time and time again. This is how you get the recruits. We saw Florida with the 5-star quarterback that didn't work out. He ended up, backing out of his letter of intent. Where if the NIL money isn't there, you don't get the guy. If it is there, you do get the guy. And the fact that Kelly and this whole LSU program realizes the importance of this, I think is a great sign going forward for LSU as they look to stay on top of the SEC West, as Alabama, A&M, Auburn, Ole Miss, all those guys, they're real threats. And LSU being on the forefront of this is a great sign for them.